He is gone. You are free. The Spirit Eater cannot persist so close to the wall, not without a mortal form to anchor him. He has fled, back to the realms, and his hunger has fled with him. Your decision was a selfish one, perhaps, but most mortals would have done the same in your place. I have judged enough souls, peered into enough hearts, to know the truth of this. The Spirit Eater was weakened by your struggle. He will hide and lie dormant for a time, as he has done before. And then he will find a new victim, a new soul to fill his place in the wall. The curse will go on, and Merkel's soul will persist, feeding upon the Spirit Eater's pain and the suffering of his victims. The chaos you have sown in Akachi's name has not won you any friends amongst the gods, but I will not keep you here. You came to my gray city before your time, bearing a curse that was not yours to choose. You may redeem yourself yet, mortal, before death returns you to my gates. If your struggle has won you anything, it is freedom. From the shard in your chest, from the ravening presence in your soul. How you spend your newfound coin, and whom you spend it with, that is yours to decide.
There is no greater gift than one's freedom, my love, both for yourself and the freedom you granted Akachi. And you bore that curse long enough. Let another take the burden for now. We have paid our price.
We have done more than I dared hope. You have reversed the act of a god. The crusade, your crusade, is a great victory. It may seem a symbol, but symbols, like Akachi in the first crusade, such symbols lend strength to others. You have shown me beyond a shadow of doubt that this wall can be ended, removed from the plains, and I shall live to see it fall.
Did I make an impossible oath? Or should I never have placed my trust in you? Either way, my promise remains unfulfilled. So much wasted, and I am tired. I shall return to Rashomon and lose myself in dreaming for a time.
My realm lies at the center of all things. You cannot remain here, but infinite doors are open to you. Return to the Prime if you like, or set your eyes towards some other plane. Wherever you go, mortal, may your road be one of your own choosing. And so you turned your back on my gray city, and chose a path that led you far from my realm. In the long years that followed, you walked many roads, across many planes, and I do not know them all. For some worlds beyond the realms are closed, even to my eyes. But your name emerged time and again in the tales of valor that swirled in your wake. The Spirit Eater fled back to Rashomon, finding a new mask and new victims to sate its hunger. In the lands of Rashomon, you were remembered only as the first of a new line of Spirit Eaters who brought terror to the wild places for centuries to come. Gan of Dreams remained at your side, his name linked forever with your own. Within the realm of dreams and without, you were rarely apart, and Gan's love remained true, a fact that might have surprised him before you first met. Gan had made his peace with his parents and his past, and though he never pledged himself to the gods, he found another sort of faith, not in religion and ritual, but in love, friendship, and trust. Kaelin the Dove left your company, intent upon continuing her crusade against the wall. She rallied those who had survived your assault upon the City of Judgment and led them to the Plane of Shadow, where she sought still more allies for a new and greater war. Yet even with the success of your crusade, Kaelin never grew into the leader that Akachi or you had been. Perhaps it was her unyielding sense of purpose, or her brazen defiance of the gods that drove her followers away. Still, Kaelin and her siblings did not abandon the cause. They staged assaults upon my city, tearing a few souls from the wall at a time and escaping before my followers could pursue. To this day, she persists, defying the gods and the planes, and though it is said that her wings have grown dark with the passing of years, she remains a beacon of hope for those bound in the wall, her name whispered as a prayer by those who knew no faith in life. His oath still unfulfilled, Oku, god of beasts, returned to Rashomon. Though he sought long for the Spirit Eater, he never found his trail. Oku's mind began to fade as the decades passed. He forgot his oath, his past, and his name, becoming more and more a ghost, a fleeting shadow of the bear he once was. Folk claimed to have seen him in remote places, a vague spirit with eyes full of sorrow, that stood before them for a moment and was gone the next. Finally, even these unreliable reports ceased, and the bear god vanished from the land, his name forgotten by all but the witches. And what of your fate? In time, you returned home to West Harbor, reunited with a foster father who had never abandoned his search for you, and in that time had come to fully realize the love he bore you. It was there, upon the village green where your adventures began, that you and Gan were married, in the presence of those old friends who yet lived. Kelgar Ironfist, Nishka the Rogue, Bevel Starling. These and many others stood in respectful silence as you spoke the words that would join the two of you together. Whether you would settle in the place of your birth, or depart once again to seek a greater legacy still, that story is yet to be told.